Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I miss you guys. I guess that's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway, I wish we were together, but we're not. And this week, this is your math assignment for Monday, April 27th. We're going to put geometry on hold for a week to do a unit on telling time. Mostly because I have some paperwork I have to get finished by Friday, and it's on telling time. So I'm going to press the pause button on geometry for 1 week. We're going to tell time, and then we'll head back to geometry. So this week, we're working on telling time. So this is the worksheet. It does not have a page number, but at the top it says telling time whole hours. So what I did is I broke the lessons up. Monday we're going to work on telling time to the whole hours, Tuesday half hours, Wednesday quarter hours, Thursday to the 5 minutes, and then Friday we're going to tell the difference between AM and PM, which is usually the hardest part of the telling time lesson. Now, this is my favorite math lesson to teach. I love being in class. I have so many cool videos and interactive games and different things we can do. However, since we're not there, this is going to be a challenge for me. Typically, I like to see how you're doing. I would give each of you one of these little clocks. We would play a lot of different games, bingo games. And I'm able, when I watch you manipulate your clock, I'm able to tell who is and who isn't getting it and what I need to do to adjust. And that's just not going to happen this year. So if you need help after watching the video, you can go to your parents and ask them. I'm sure they're all great at telling time. But I'm going to, hopefully I broke it down well enough that I can help you to understand. So today, we're just telling time to the whole hours. That means 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. That's the only thing that's going to be in your answer today. Now, if you look, anytime we have 2 hands on our clock, we have, I'm going to put them side by side so you can see. We have a hand that's bigger and a hand that's smaller. The hand that's bigger is known as our minute hand. That's the one that will say, I don't want to go too far today. So this is the one, today only. We're going to talk about it being on the 12. When the big hand is on the 12, that means we are on a whole hour. Okay? The little hand is the hour hand. Now, sometimes a little trick I do to help people, hour and minute. Minute has more letters in the word. It's a longer word, so the minute hand is longer. Hour only has 4 letters in the word hour, so it's the shorter hand because the word hour is shorter than the word minute, and it tells the hour. So this is the hand, the small hand, the hour hand, is the hand that we always read first, always. So we're going to look at this. What number is this hand exactly in the middle of? And when I say exactly in the middle, it's not here and it's not here. It's exactly in the middle. That's when we get our whole hours. So this clock, this hour hand, the small hand, is exactly in the middle of the 2. Okay, so we're going to read that first. It's 2. Now it's not 2:12. Remember when the minute hand is on the 12, exactly straight up on that 12, that's when we're going to be to the whole hour. So this is 2 o'clock. Okay, does that make sense? So if I move this to be exactly in the middle of the 3, we read this first. It's 3. Is it 12 or o'clock? It's o'clock. When that minute hand is exactly in the middle of the 12, we're going to read it as a whole hour. Okay? So if I move this down here, the hour hand is now exactly in the middle of the 4. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock. That is all we're working on today. Okay, so if you were in class and if you have a parent sitting with you, working with you, I would say, okay, everybody set your clocks, and notice how I'm moving the minute hand. Set your clock to 8 o'clock, and I would have you make sure that your hour hand, because we read it first, is exactly in the middle of the 8, and your minute hand would be on the 12. It's 8 o'clock. If we go around, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong way. If we go around one whole round, it puts us on 9 o'clock. If we go around another whole time, look what happens. It puts us on 10 o'clock. If we go around another whole time, it puts us on 11 o'clock. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that your parents sitting with you, or older brother, sister, aunt, uncle, grandma, and grandpa, and they'll say, okay, on your clock, show me 1 o'clock. And what I would like for you to do, if you have a clock, now here I'm telling you to do these things, forgetting that you probably do not have a clock in front of you, which is such a bummer. I know that there's a way, you can go on the internet, you can print out copies of clocks and the hands, and you can cut out the hands, and then you can put a little fastener and you can kind of move them around. It's definitely not the same as these clocks. Maybe some of you are lucky enough that you have a clock. I'm sure there's an app out there where you can pull up an electronic clock and try to move the hands on that. Without you sitting here next to me, without one of these, practice is just going to be a little bit different. So we just have to practice together with what we have. So I'm going to move the minute hand around 2 whole times. Okay, I want you to notice that my minute hand, the long hand, is on the 12. That immediately tells us o'clock. And the hour hand is on the 3, directly in the middle. We always read the small hand first. It's pointed to the 3, so it's 3, not 12. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. Anytime this hand is on the 12, it's going to be o'clock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7, I think my hand needs tightened. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, okay? So the important thing to remember today, the 2 important things, the sizes of the hands. This is the minute hand. It's longer. The word minute is longer. This is the hour hand. The word hour is shorter. The shortest hand is the hour hand, and that is the hand that we read first. When we're going to tell time, we don't say it's 12:09. We know that we have to read that shorthand first. It's pointing to the 9, so we know it's 9 o'clock. Now, how do you write o'clock? You would write 9, and then there's a colon. Oops, sorry. And then you would write 0, 0. So let me show you an example. I'm going to try to hold this up. This is your worksheet from today. And I'm going to just hold up. So on your worksheet, you can see, hopefully, the first clock. Look at the hour hand, the small hand. It's pointed directly in the middle of the 7. So you write the 7, okay? And then the minute hand is on the 12. That doesn't mean 12, it means o'clock. So look what we did. I hope you can see this. It's a 7 and then a colon, 2 dots separate it, and then o'clock is written 0, 0. Okay? 7 o'clock. All right? So if it's 4 o'clock, you would write a 4, and then those 2 dots, colon, and 0, 0. Okay? That's today's lesson. So you write the hour, then you put the 2 dots like the colon, and then you write 00. That's telling time to the hour. Now, I'm going to touch base with you sometime this week on Zoom to see how you're doing, if you're understanding, and how I can help. Telling time, it's not easy. It is a challenge, so you're just going to have to do the best you can. Maybe we can get together on one of our Zoom meetings and just practice a little bit together. So if you need help, we can kind of look forward to that and see if we can figure out a way to help us out. Okay, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask your parents if they have time and when they have time. This is your math assignment. Feel free to ask me. If you need to contact me through Seesaw, you can do that. You can write me a note. That way you don't need your parents' help. And just let me know how things are going. So remember, write the time, the hour first, and then that dot, that's a colon, and then 00. That's telling time to the whole hours. I hope it helps. It certainly isn't the same as sitting here with you to see you do it. But we'll try our best. So, hope everyone's doing well. I miss you. Take care of yourselves.